All right.
I feel a cough coming on. This is going to be a very
Cough-heavy show.
cough. We're all.
You know,
How many of us are either sick or slightly sick?
I am a little headachy and infuriated with Jordan. So is
Okay.
that the same as sick?
I
when you
would-
want to kill
I
somebody.
would put that at about a 10% sick.
All right.
Yeah, that's over
Justin-
the top.
My head hurts.
Justin's 10%. I would consider myself, I don't know, 15 to 20.
That's
like,
That's standard for you, though.
yeah, I'm
You're
like
just
always
like-
this amount of sick.
He's like 2 Josiah units all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just-
hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hello.
Nice of you to join us. Welcome to
You don't even know.
You Aren't Even Better Yet.
And I'm Josiah Brainerd.
And I'm me.
And I'm Jordan.
And Jordan's on his phone.
I'm doing wedding planning stuff.
Well, excellent.
So, something very depressing happened. And it makes me sad.
This sounds really depressing.
Just
Sounds really bad.
something terrible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to say it. And chokes back tears like
So, Justin went on vacation.
So-
and I hate it when Justin goes on vacation because he always comes back and he's like, Josiah, guess what? Your
Guess
favorite place in the world closed.
So guess what? I go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, no one
With-
cares, okay?
Like
Bocce Burger closed, guys. No one cares about the Grand Canyon. There was a burger crisis.
I had
This planet just got slightly
terrible
worse.
void left in it. So what happened was I head all the way out to Vegas because on the way to the Grand Canyon, where I went to take my wife who had never been to the Grand Canyon and my children
How are
and,
they even American?
and Sean and Sarah, we all took a van to the Grand Canyon.
Did you guys rent a van?
We rented a van.
What did you use
a
to rent
Dodge
a van?
What'd you rent?
Enterprise.
Oh,
Yeah. You
yeah.
should have used Turo.
You should have used Turo.
I
like
shoulda
we
used Turo.
reviewed. Wait, we ever
it
reviewed
was
that?
it was our app of the week when
I know, but it was,
and we could have got you like $20 off.
Do you want to hear why we weren't even going to rent a car?
Okay.
And then we were going to use a car from a family member, which exploded
Okay.
after we fixed a whole bunch of things on the car, and then other things broke out in flame.
Sounds like a bad car.
Yeah, so we decided at like when we were leaving not to
go-
use that car.
Like run over the Enterprise.
Yeah, so we dashed over.
I
to-
would like a van, please.
Yeah. So we take the rented Dodge van, the burgundy Dodge van, 7 seats, all the way up to Vegas on our way to the Grand Canyon.
Did it have stow and go seating?
It did. It was
Good.
wonderful.
Good.
And I tell everybody in the car, I said, let's take a look at, because trying to decide which burger place to go to in Vegas, as myriad and as proliferous as they are,
Yes.
I wanted to go somewhere I hadn't been. So I said, let's try Hell's Kitchen. And
I hear that's real good.
Yeah.
Remember when we were at CES and we couldn't go there?
I have not gone there. So I go out to Hell's Kitchen, and there was a huge line.
Yeah, it
last
seems
time.
like that's a thing with that place. Because when we went to go there last time and we looked at it, we were like,
There
wow,
was a huge
that is a line twice as long as a line that I would find acceptable.
Yes. So basically the Hell's Kitchen place, and I'm like looking at the pictures of the Hell's Kitchen burgers on Yelp, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to swear by this burger place because like, it looked a little,
I heard it's real good.
but I wasn't prepared to say that because I hadn't had them. So I'm like, look, we're in Vegas. So we're on the strip at obviously Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's just leave and go to Bocce because at the very least I know that if we go there, it'll be great.
Yeah, because it's like your family. It's Asian
And
fusion.
so and it was already like we're doing this, and I'm standing in, and I'm like, okay, this place closes at what, 10? So it was 9 at Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
So we leave we get all the way back to our car, 15 minutes from the Hell's Kitchen, back, get in the car, drive all the way to Bocce Burger. It's 9:30. Bocce Burger, totally dark, no lights, no silverware, nothing. It's not like they were closing up the last couple people.
No.
It's still 9:30, right? Not 10. So totally empty. Sign on the door. Sorry, temporarily closed. And So now we're there at getting close to 10 o'clock. We haven't eaten dinner yet.
Were you?
And I was like, my gosh, I just talked up that this would be the safe bet in all of Vegas, that we knew this would be a good place to go. So we look it up on a food website, Yelp or Eater or whatever. Food.com. And apparently two, not just one, of the Bocce Burger locations. So they threw all this money at their California locations, which I still have no idea why they didn't do well. I'll never know until the day I die.
It really doesn't make sense.
Their drinks were too expensive.
But at the two Las Vegas locations, both of them were closed because of cockroach infestations.
Do you think that was because of a shipment they got?
Probably. They got authentic Wagyu beef that was infested with cockroaches.
Because I would imagine they're getting the shipments from the same place, right?
Yeah, I mean, and what are the chances that cockroaches just crawled under their door?
Just two of them. Or
just that restaurant.
Or it was Guy Fieri personally.
Oh my gosh. It's how
that's my new conspiracy.
He takes his claim of Flavortown.
The strip. Mm-hmm.
So it was just at 10 o'clock at night. Now it's like,
that's
okay.
what happens when we review burgers.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so gone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, everywhere we touch dies. We are
Guy Fieri. I know you're listening right now. We're on to you. I think
still
his
have
move.
The best burger though.
I think his move is to take out whoever we think is the top.
Yeah.
So watch this trick, Guy. Your burger's at the top.
No, it's whoever's under him.
It's Harry Carey time.
Your move.
Yeah. Choose wisely. So it was just, I'm like, oh, jeez. What do we do now? So we went to somewhere that was actually very good on the strip, but just finding, because everywhere closes at 10 or most places that aren't a bar. So
yeah.
Now at 10 o'clock at night, it's like, you know what? Let's just go to Subway. Like, I'm done.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's never too late for Subway.
Yeah, I was going to chicken out and just go to Subway. And everybody else in the car was like, we didn't drive all the way to Vegas to just have Subway.
I would have agreed with everyone else. I can't believe that you even suggested just go to Subway. That's outrageous.
I was just like, it's 10 o'clock. And when you have two kids that are starving, you're like, you know what? Don't even torture them anymore. Because
they're in high school. They're not starving. They're fine. Like,
they're in high school. They're starving.
They're just whining and starving are different.
Yeah, like here, drink some water and like deal with it for another 15 minutes.
Although I am in not high school and I starve too.
So yeah, I know, but
on the way to Vegas, we stopped by the Alien Jerky store.
Baker.
Yeah, we stopped by Alien Jerky, and I picked up 3 packets of Alien Jerky, and I'm pretty sure I ate 2/3 of each of them by the time we got to Vegas.
That's a lot of jerky to eat.
Yeah, so my tummy was just like a solid stone of meat snacks and water.
Is that good jerky?
Yeah, it was good. It was legit. Get the spicy sweet jerky.
That sounds great.
Yeah, not as good as Jerky Hut. Everybody go get Jerky Hut jerky.
Is that a thing anymore?
Supposed to be the best.
Is Jerky Hut jerky still around?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I've checked in the past online, and it's been there.
I'll look on the online.
But it's definitely worth every penny when you say, my gosh, can you look at the price and you're like, could it be worth that much? It is. But so that was, I think we're going to, Josiah, now that Cravings exists and Bocce Burger is gone forever, I really think we're going to have to re-noodle the list at some point, because there's been just this fruit basket upset of the entire systemic.
I need to ask you something.
Yes.
Can we not right now?
Not right now. In general.
Like, just, I don't know, like.
You want to mourn the dead?
Can we not?
But it says temporarily closed.
It's been since November. Well, they're dead.
No, just hang on. Don't get crazy. The jerky.
Grandma's not coming home.
She's gonna come back. She always comes back.
Grandma got run over by a cockroach.
It looks like the Jerky Hut's still around.
Yeah, the Jerky Hut is still around.
The Jerky Hut is a website called thejerkyhut.com.
So if anybody wants to try the Jerky Hut, get the spicy teriyaki, because
is that a thing?
Is super wonderful. Whereas the Chernobyl is too spicy to appreciate.
I don't see spicy teriyaki.
No?
Habanero teriyaki beef stick?
If that's
teriyaki beef jerky? Hot. The hot word is over here, so that's probably it. Has a little cow on the package. There's a surfing cow. which is odd. I want to try this now because I always assumed this place was like gone forever. But anyway, so Justin looked at a big hole. That's who
Which
cares
side
about
are you
that.
on? Which side are you on?
TheJerkyHut.com.
No, the Jerky Hut Jerky is the Jerky Hut.
TheJerkyHutJerky.com.
That's the right one. Sorry, I didn't want to lead you astray, but
The Jerky Hut Jerky.
Jerky Hut Jerky.
It just says
That's
jerkyhead.com.
the logo. Sorry, I recognized the logo when I went there. Just-
Jerky Hut Jerky.
Yeah, just so you're in the know.
Hang on.
And then you go to medium
Freaking
jerky.
Medium jerks.
Yeah, and then you go to spicy teriyaki, which is like it's a light blue label.
Okay. That is the same. This is the same as the last website I was on.
Oh, it is. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this website just isn't as pretty.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
It has the same surfing cow.
That's
Oh,
weird. So
okay.
they have two websites?
Jerkyhut.com.
okay. Yeah, just go there and get yourself some spicy teriyaki.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get some of this.
Okay, but it is magical.
Okay,
I assure you.
that sounds great. So top
Goodbye,
tip.
Bocce Burger.
Nope, it's temporarily closed because they need to clean up some cockroaches. But who cares? They're just cockroaches.
And
that
it's
just
been since November.
that just takes a broom, though.
It
they
just
are gone.
Takes some time to let
Two
them breathe.
locations. And
It's-
it was
it's
right
fine.
after the SoCal locations closed. Let's
It wasn't
It's
right
fine.
after. The
It's fine.
SoCal location
They're
closed
coming
like
back.
2 years ago.
They're gonna come back.
they're gonna come back.
Do they have any locations now?
They're gone.
They're gone. It's just gone forever. Nope, just kidding. They're back already. Hey, I'm Bocce Burger here, your best friend, your pal, Bocce Burger. I'm coming back. Don't worry.
Yep.
I'll be here. Give me until the end of the year, and then forget me.
There you go. So, and then we went to
Did
the.
Jenny ever try Bocce Burger?
She's had it. She's had the delicious.
Oh yeah,
sweet
in
taste.
the Pasadena.
Yeah, we went a few times in Pasadena, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did go to the Vegas one together
Mm.
when we went out to Vegas for my birthday a few years back.
To get Bocce Burger.
Yeah,
That's good. Sorry, Justin. Go ahead.
I can't believe it's close. I've literally driven to Vegas for the purpose of Bocce Burger.
That's why we went to your bachelor party.
4 times.
Yes.
Like the drive there, the main reason was that restaurant.
Yeah, we need to go to Bocce Burger. And
We
then
also
whatever else
did
happens.
other things,
Yes.
but like
We need to go to
there was
Vegas.
actually one time where I was with people from camp, and I literally drove to Bocce Burger and back in a day.
Yeah.
Like it was just after closing one day,
You just shot out there.
Sunday at like 2:00, we just left, drove,
Got
got
there
Bocce
5.
Burger, ate it, and came right back.
Came right back. Back by 8.
That was the dream.
That sounds.
And it's over.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So now, obviously, the things that I like can reign supreme.
Guy's doing his darndest.
Yep.
You're on top.
Goodbye.
I feel like we're gonna get like Guy Fieri,
Yeah, he's gonna come after us.
not Guy Fieri.
Guy's Fury.
Guy's Fieri.
Guy's Fury.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What are we talking about next, Justin?
So, one of the things that bothers me here's what bothers me
Okay, let me
is
peruse the internet while you set this up.
I sit here and I lie awake at night staring up at the ceiling, wondering about the there's twofold. A is you know how they say that some people are just like Einstein and everything was like a genius, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that I believe in genius.
Like the word.
No, just like as a concept, just that somebody has like,
Somebody smarter than other people.
yeah, somebody's just like superhumanly smart, right?
Okay.
Because like Einstein didn't tie his shoes, right? He didn't zip his fly.
Yeah,
so
he's a crazy person.
he was just very focused.
He's a savant.
So he committed all the rest of the time that the rest of us use, like having conversations and combing our hair and tying our shoes, and just thought about one thing. And if you think about it, it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert. And if you completely cast away all of the time that the rest of us spend, like making food or trying to get girls to like us, or you know what, like everything else is cell phones. If you spent all of those hours only thinking about one thing, then you would have that 10,000 hours of expertise and then some, so much sooner, faster, and more often than other people.
Yeah, you could expert something in 2 years.
Einstein being a genius. So then when we talk about people who are like geniuses at this or that, they basically end up at one point or another casting aside all the other things. But then what you're a genius in quotes about, so it usually ends up being something that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So like the kid that's like 4 and he could play the piano, he could play Bach like perfectly, you know?
Yeah.
What is Bach?
He was a pianist.
Wait, Bach was a pianist?
Bach or Chopin or whoever.
Yeah.
Just pick somebody that played a thing on the piano.
Okay.
Or Chopin.
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chopping.
Yeah, whatever. And so I'm just do you guys I really struggle with giving. I'm incredulous, I guess is what I'm saying.
I've never heard that word before.
You've never heard the word incredulous?
My credulousness is damaged trying to believe that genius actually exists, because it's just somebody who's cast aside all the other trappings of their life to focus on one specific thing. So you basically took a light bulb and focused it down to a laser point,
Yeah.
you know, with parabolas and other reflective mirrors and such.
Yes.
So now you instead of that light going everywhere, it's just like on that one thing. And Einstein's like, well, I'm not really, like if you asked Einstein how to play football, he'd be like, so it's not that he was a genius, it's that he completely just shed everything, like the savants, right? Like they could smell math.
Yeah.
Or like when you look at a physics problem, they just see like colors combining in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
But then if you told them, can you please make a sandwich? They'd be like,
Where's my caretaker?
I chink, you take a sandwich paper.
What do you think, Jordan? What's been your experience? Are some people just born absolutely special, or or is it just that they've gotten rid of everything else and they've taken all of that, you know, societal white noise and just focused it into, you know?
Yeah, there's those savants that are socially awkward.
There you go. But so you had to pay a cost for something else.
Yeah. No one like was pals with these people. No one's like they don't have usually a lot of friends or go out and do occasions. They're kind of just somewhat shut-ins as well, usually. And they're savants. They've honed in on their passion and they want to figure it out. They have a journey. It's like the people that climb Everest. They have a passion of climbing things, and then they go, I want to do the...
So they're a genius at climbing.
I want to go to the top.
So is everybody a genius at something?
No.
Not ever.
Some people are...
Geniuses at
just
nothing.
have no ambition.
So a genius is tied
to be a genius, you just have to be a tryhard?
Yeah, exactly.
No, you have to accomplish.
You have to be willing to climb any mountain.
Yes, you could be a tryhard, and you could try hard and fail, but you have to accomplish something to be a quote unquote genius.
So the normal people are the people that tried and struggled their way to the middle of the pack, and the genius is just somebody that had that one special moment.
Well, do you think...
I think geniuses have multiple special moments.
Do you think that there are certain people that are better at some, like...
That's what I mean, like genetically.
Yeah.
Like I will never be as good as him at that.
Like I have always just been better at math than you.
Yes.
Is that because I was born that way?
Genetically?
Or because I spent more time doing my math paperwork because I didn't like to read?
There, see? But are you is your brain specifically like more adept at math?
I would say yes.
I
would say
it's just
it is.
better.
I would say that
genetically,
I have just, like the way my brain is wired is just better at
like some people are creative. Some people can walk into a room and
Like-
see how to decorate that.
Yeah, Justin.
can't.
Justin is much more creative than me.
Yeah.
Or do they walk into that room and see where everything could go because they do nothing but look at like home decorating magazines and Instagrams? Like,
So it's
did
you're-
they just
you're saying
did they
time
just
logged.
sit there? Yeah, is it just hours logged where you're better at math than me because you actually did your homework and I didn't?
But
so
I-
you had
I-
more hours logged doing your homework.
I wouldn't say that I did more homework than you for math or
not
anything.
not only that, but Josiah's chosen not to remove that information from his mind. Like, and just go, I don't need it anymore.
I never did it, like, especially if we strictly look at like high school and college. Like, I did like the bare minimum of math. I didn't do any of my homework or anything. It just clicked for me. I just got it. Like, the teacher would explain it and I would just understand it. But then with like writing an English paper, I'd be up all night to write a 3-page paper, like all night, just staring at my monitor, like
You remember that SpongeBob episode?
Yeah, that was great. That was all of the feels for me.
I just
But Justin could work up one in an hour
Yeah.
and get a grade.
just
A++.
conceptually, but that's only because I spent more time doing that than I did other. You know what? On a conceptual level,
But it came easier to you.
philosophically, I
Yeah, but-
hate the idea that there's this like genetic wall that I would hit that you would be able to supersede. And again, maybe I'm wrong. I'm saying I hate it, and here's why. Here's why I hate what I will refer to as the mythology of genius. Is you mentioned, or I think it was Jordan mentioned that if somebody was a genius, that they'll try or whatever. They'll you know, if you're a genius, then you have to put effort into it, right? And that's the problem, is if you think that you're just not that special person, oh, math isn't for me, then a lot of people will just say, I just can't do it, and then just stop trying. And I hate conceptually genius because it makes people think that if they're not that person, that they cave and fold, and they say, well, I don't have the genetic markers of somebody who's good at this.
That is true.
So forget it.
I do agree with that.
I
that
do not
everyone-
want this to ever be a cop-out.
Everyone can do it,
Well,
but I feel like people are wired differently.
yeah, like is there an activity that the three of us have never done?
Together?
No, like just at all. Like
Jordan hasn't done that yet.
That's funny.
I mean, like the three of no one in this group has done said activity that we could go try and learn how to do and try to get good at and see who gets
Like I've
Like
never done.
starting a fire with sticks.
I've never done calculus.
something like that. You know,
Yeah, like something, a task.
yeah, not like something related directly to anything. You know, just
Nothing
some-
tangential, like ice skating or so. You know what I mean? Like a skill.
Yeah, learning a new skill that none of us know how to do. That in theory, none of our previous experience would influence very much.
Yeah.
And like log hours into it and say, okay, we each get 3 hours this week to try to learn it. We'll
Like
see
on
who
Dancing
gets-
with the Stars, when they have like Christy Yamaguchi, who basically danced on ice.
Yeah.
She would keep a beat in her head and dance around on the competing against like Jerry Seinfeld or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
She's
okay.
a professional ice dancer.
Yeah.
and is a star because of dancing.
Yeah, like that's a little tangential, guys.
Yeah. I wonder if there is such an activity that we could actually, because the three of our brains are wired. If this is true, I think they're wired pretty differently.
So that brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
Is in your bit. So related to this, which one do you think out of these three personality traits is most important for business, and you can only pick one?
Okay.
Well, I would argue that the first one you're about to say isn't a personality trait.
Well, I don't know what the first.
I
one he's
would
about to say
argue.
is.
You're more than welcome to argue with me.
Okay.
What is the?
I would say so. There are three things you could have in business: ability, initiative, or communication. And what I do, what I see is when I look out, there are people that are very, very naturally good at doing things. But
What about the ability to communicate?
Well, that's just communication.
Okay, just making sure.
like if your job is to do computers,
yeah.
you're naturally good at computers. Or if your job is to be a sound mixer guy, you have a better ear than most, just naturally. Like whatever you
I don't think it's
think it should do, whatever. But there you go. That's the mythology of genius, is you have more time listening, but somebody who's a genius in quotes. So
I feel like
some people who are naturally good at driving, right? And they pass their driver's test on the first shot, and some people take
This
6
guy.
tries to pass their
That
drive.
guy.
I didn't take 6 tries.
How many tries
But
did you take?
just 2.
Okay.
that's
embarrassing.
on the real driving.
How many
Yeah.
tries did you take on the permit?
How many permits tests did I have?
Yeah.
I think my first permit might have expired. But I passed every time. Like I didn't fail a permit test.
I passed the permit test and the driven test first time, both time.
So, but so that would be like natural ability, right? And then there is initiative, which is like hard work. So if you get stuck, you keep working, and you don't go, it's 5 o'clock, I'm going to go home, or this is really hard, or this is heavy, or this is taking too long. Initiative is you keep going until it's done, right? And then communication would be the ability to either work with others or,
Yeah, between the three of us, I
describe
think we're
something.
divided equally on the 3.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think Josiah has just a natural ability, which he's always had.
Yes.
Everything's come easy to Josiah
Why does
Okay.
everyone always say that?
because it's true and you
No.
know it. And Justin is a natural communicator, and I've always just been like,
Log more hours.
I've just like worked until it happens.
Like, why does everything come easy to me? Even though, like,
You just said I just passed my driving
Yeah.
test without even reading
First
the manual.
try.
First try.
that's just
Whatever I
okay,
naturally
well,
think it is
Yes.
true.
That's just because I pay attention.
No, it's
You
not.
can't just pay attention to.
I'm calling
everything.
Jenny right now.
Yeah.
I pay attention.
There is just a natural ability that you
So-
have for some reason.
But
But Jordan, everything comes easy to Jordan too.
No.
Yeah.
So-
I spend a lot of time reading manuals.
so Jordan, if you could have any one of those abilities, which one would it be? Would you stay where you are?
I
And
think
which one do you miss the most that you
think-
don't have?
I think you can get away with life the most if you have a communications ability.
You think that's the one?
I think that's the top one because then you're in these fields that you don't need to know a ton.
here's why you're wrong.
Okay.
Because communication is the most difficult one.
That's why I'm saying it's
Communicate. You're saying that's the easiest one to get
No,
through
I
life.
I didn't say it's the easiest. I'm saying it's if you have
Jordan's saying it's
communication-
like the most important.
if you have communication, that will make it. If you have that skill, that will make your life easy to get through.
No.
No.
Here's why.
Okay.
Okay. Because and this is what I lie awake at night wondering about.
Okay.
Is as much as I think that communication is important
Yeah.
and it's critical, because if you don't have it, like I tell my kids, I'm like, look, the B-, you might get an A, right? Because they're good at everything. They're good at everything hard. And I tell them, I say, you might be better at that person when you interview, but that C student might go in there and kill that interview and get the job.
That's literally what I just said.
So, but contrary to that, once you're on a team, you could be a great communicator, but if none of you has any initiative or ability, then you're all just, talking amongst yourselves at the water cooler.
Yeah, because once you get in, being a bad communicator is like if you have the most ability, your ability stat is maxed out, and you're not a great communicator, and you clock out at 5 every day, and you don't have a lot of initiative to just like stick through it until it's done. But you can do everything.
Yeah.
And
it's not like I'm saying it's just communication.
no, but
so
what
you need a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
No, but that's an extreme case.
Yes.
So what the problem was with the communication was that you always end up needing the Like you never the ability person can exist in a vacuum, right? You could drop them off in the middle of the woods and give them a knife, and you come back and they've built a city, right? That's the ability person. But the communication person always has to have that symbiosis with others, so they are good at having that. But in a vacuum, what are they going to do but curl up and die?
Well, yeah, thankfully we don't live in a vacuum.
There you go. Well, not in suburbia.
Thankfully we do live in these large cities that do have development already, and I feel like communications people can make their way up to the top with knowing just enough each time to get a raise, to get higher, just kind of, they're communicating well. And you do need good communicators in board meetings, in these kind of situations at work where it's like, hey, we need someone that could actually communicate a vision, a plan, a team. Like,
so let me ask this question, because I think I want to phrase it this way.
Go ahead.
I want each of us has to pick a stat. If we had to have only one of these stats, so you had 100% maxed out one, and then the other two were at, like, let's say 10%. Like you had a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but
I completely know my answer.
So you had to do that.
Yep.
So you, like, yes, you were the best communicator. You could communicate your eyes out, but you could only kind of do this, and you really didn't care that much about doing it.
Yep. I totally know the answer.
Or the ability, you could do everything, but you didn't really care that much about doing it, and you didn't tell anyone what you did or anything.
Yes.
Or
exactly.
What's the other one? Initiative. You worked 20 hours a day, but it took you that long because you were bad at it, and you didn't tell anyone you did it.
Yep.
Jordan.
Which stat would you max?
What's your max stat?
Well, I am Jordan, and mine's initiative.
No, which one would you pick?
Oh gosh.
Like, which one would you pick
in a dream world?
If you were building an RPG character, and you just wanted this thing to
just throw all your stat points into one.
I don't even like doing imaginary land. I just like being happy with me.
No, but it's we're doing a hypothetical right here.
This is
so
a
take
podcast.
a shot at us.
Yeah, I'd like to communicate.
Okay, Josiah.
Okay, I think ability is just the obvious answer. Like, because to not have a lot of initiative, I feel like you don't. Yes, initiative is, like, important.
I feel.
Hang on, let me get through it before you stop me, because I already didn't get through my last thought, and the listeners are just dying to hear me finish it. I think if you don't have a lot of initiative, but you have a maxed out ability stat, it doesn't matter as much, because you're going to get it done in the time allotted anyway, and you don't have to sit here and grind it out forever and have a bunch of initiative.
No,
it's going to take you.
Doesn't mean you're bad at things.
No, I know, but if you have no ability, it does. And communication is just annoying to the people around you if you're bad at it, but they'll still keep you on board and continue to give you raises at
communication if that's what you're maxed out on.
You're bad at doing things. I'm maxing out ability. My communication is only 10%, so I am bad at communication.
No, okay. I thought you were saying communication was bad.
No, I'm saying so if my ability stat was maxed out, initiative and communication would be bad, and I feel like those are, like, if you can only have one, those are much less important for, like.
Of course, you're gonna pick the one that you have.
No, it's fine.
Now.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
okay.
Just,
go, Justin.
My top stat that I would max.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is?
It's probably initiative, just because you're gonna pick the one we didn't pick.
It's probably ability, because you want to be Josiah.
Nobody wants to be me.
I would obviously pick. And I was going to pick it before you said anything, but I would pick initiative, and here's why.
Called it.
Here's why. Initiative is the only one of the three that has the force of will to push through his insufficiencies in the other two areas. So the guy with ability will be super good at doing it. He'll be like, I could make, like, I could engineer aluminum Thor hammers in my garage. And then sell them on eBay for $800 a piece because they're perfect replicas that are beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then he's
Josiah
like,
has a forge, by the way.
So what he does is he's like, I could, but why? So and then his communication stat is bad, so he won't want to tell anybody that else be good at working with other people to have them sell the thing on the eBay. He'll be really good at it. And he'll be able to make something that's so pristine and exquisite. All of us would want it.
He's definitely not an entrepreneur, the ability guy.
But he has no desire to...
The ability guy is a guy that goes to his job and sits at his desk 9 to 5 and does a great job and then goes home.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the initiative guy goes in any of his other shortcomings, like if he, in the same scenario, if he didn't know how to do something... Like, if he wanted to make the Thor hammers and sell them online, then if he knew that he didn't know how to do that yet, that's the guy that sits on YouTube University until he does know how to do it or whatever.
Yeah, but he still does it. He still only does like a mediocre job, even if he puts in all the effort in the world.
Exactly,
he still only has a 10% ability.
But he still keeps pushing against his insufficiencies.
Yeah,
and I think the other two won't break out past their limitations. Their 10% stat, I think they are the most likely to be complacent with their 10%. Whereas the initiative stat,
if we're saying that these stats can grow, then yeah, initiative is the way to go. But if we were saying you're hard set fast with you're only going to have a 10% ability forever.
But just keep trying.
You just keep trying, but it's only going to be 10% good forever. But you show your boss that you're going to keep trying and you're going to try
just
and try
beat your head against your desk.
Yeah. That's why I think ability is the way to go, because having no initiative or no communication with.
So we all basically have one. We have one, and we all want, except for Josiah, who's perfectly happy with himself.
Yeah.
Well,
Jordan,
he's not the ability guy. Don't
Jordan
worry.
and I switched.
Yep.
I don't know why everyone thinks I'm good at everything. There's plenty of things I'm not good at.
Because you just boasted about how you're good at everything.
This is the time we're going to get all a flood of emails
about it, just
debunking Josiah.
It's all just hate.
Yeah.
Like here, you're wrong. Here why?
Yeah. Here why?
Yeah.
At me.
Yeah. At me.
That's what the kids say.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
PayPal me.
like these are the things that bother me, and I truly believe that some people are a genius. If genius does exist in some mythological universe, some people are a genius of hard work. Like, they have the ability of being willing to throw themselves at a problem until their hands fall off.
Yeah, I would say this is I would say these three people that we have kind of mapped out with the 110-10 ratios.
Yeah.
I believe the ability guy I already described comes to work 9 to 5, sits at his desk, does a great job, leaves. He's not a manager at all. He's not a leader in any way. He just sits there, cranks out amazing work, goes home.
Those are like the super smart engineers that you just like, here, I need
this
problem.
one piece of code.
Yep, I have this problem.
Just fix this thing for me.
And then
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. They're the super.
That's the laser beam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they go home and rest.
The initiative guy, I imagine him being like Mr. Construction Worker Boy.
Who just
like project
goes
manager.
Go bring me bricks.
And goes.
Bring
and
these
goes.
bricks and put them over here.
Yes, I will do that until it's done.
And then they just keep bringing bricks, and you're like, my gosh, he just doesn't run out.
Yeah.
Like, he's still going.
And then Mr. Communication, I feel like they're like a board member, or maybe something a little lower level that would be like a.
But a board member definitely needs to be able to. He needs to be able to work as a team,
like
he
a
needs
salesman, or a social media person
who needs somebody else to do something,
like a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they all they all kind of have like this place where they fit.
Yeah. Of course
and then
you need all three, but
but then obviously some of us aren't 10, 10, 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
So then you have these gray areas where now if you're 30, 30, 30, what career type would you choose?
Well, all of these go well in any career type.
I don't think so.
Like if you have,
I think if you gave the communication guy, if you said,
move
go
these
sit
bricks
quiet,
over there,
move these bricks, he'd be like, ah. So he'd talk to somebody else and to get them to move the bricks.
No, I'm saying if you had an equal amount, you could be good at anything.
If you were 30, 30, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you would be half good and you would never get noticed in any of the. I would actually rather be 100 10 10 than 30 30 30.
100%.
Because the 30 30 30 never. He's always going to be less good at hauling bricks. He's going to get tired before Mr.
I mean, But there are places for Mr. 30-30-30.
That's
Just
the
like
jack of all trades.
The jack of all trades. He
we
has
need
a
him
home.
to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, like basically when I was up at the camp,
I need you
that
to
was
be-
my job.
just
I
do-
was Mr. 30-30-30 up
Yeah.
there. I did everything.
But yeah, so you didn't know as much as the 100s, but you knew more in their 1010s.
Yeah.
So you had a higher stat in more places than everybody else. So you could cover more breadth of ground than most other people
Yeah,
at
like,
most times.
I was the program director. I was up on the stage playing games. I did
I
tours.
communicated.
I did tours with
I had to fix the thing.
Proprietary people.
proprietary people. You know, the people that come and look and see if they want to come to camp there.
Inspectors,
And
investors,
and I
prospective
did
clients.
electric things, and I did, just all the things.
Electric.
A little bit of everything up
Yeah,
there.
just some.
So every variation has a place for them. It's just finding the right place for your numbers.
Yeah.
But it's being...
We should make a test, almost like an IQ test, but
Or-
we'll call it.
you don't even know.
IQ test doesn't.
It doesn't tell you this.
That doesn't give you a scale.
It just says
of-
you're smart, but
Yeah.
at what?
Yeah.
It just says you're good at everything they teach you at school,
Yeah, pretty
but
much.
they don't teach you a lot of trade skills in regular school.
I would be very interested to try to formulate. I mean, I'm not a test maker. I wouldn't even know where to begin with this test, but
Well, we could all team up our different abilities and
and try to.
initiative and communication.
But yeah, because these are more personality types than IQs. It's
Yeah,
like
kinda.
where does your laser beam point? You know, I sit there and I'm like, which one is most important? Where do you need it? Like I was watching a inspirational speaker who was talking about automation in the future, how computers are going to do a lot, and even Elon Musk talks about AI taking people's jobs.
Yeah,
And
I mean it is.
he
That's
was
what I'm trying to do.
So what the speaker was saying was that ability is going to matter less and less over time because computers are going to be able to do more and more, and algorithmically they'll even like as Google could paint a painting right now. So at what point will Google, how far will we have to wait before Google could just be a painter or a poet or whatever?
Yeah.
So, and don't say it won't happen, even if you're a creative person who isn't in a technical field. Like, Google's going to eat your job too, because they're going to put a computer with a paintbrush and it's going to make a Picasso, and then they're going to feed it. They're going to machine learning all of the painters in the world, and it's going to be the best painter ever.
Yeah, they're just gonna scan in every
Single painting
5-star painting and say
ever.
these are all the 5 stars. Every 4-star, these are all the 4 stars. And then
it'll start innovating.
yeah, and then it's just gonna go, okay, here's what I think is a 5-star.
Yeah.
Yes or no.
And then,
this is how machine learning works.
You'll
and then,
just spit machine learning painting or poetry through it,
Yeah.
and then it'll start writing Shakespeare all of a sudden, and then we're like, oh, geez, I guess we don't need poets anymore. So with these things, he basically said
oh my
he
gosh,
looked
what a great band idea to have a whole album
Just-
written by Google,
yeah
written by AI.
yeah
That'd be the title of the album. Oh my gosh, somebody needs to do that.
yeah.
The band's called I Am Legend.
Yeah.
So you have he got up there and he was like, look, all of these your ability matters less and less in the future. So he said, if you have somebody on your team who is an awful, terrible person to be around, I don't care if it's your co-founder or your top selling salesperson, like the person, your rainmaker that makes you all that money, or
Your
the person.
Rainmaker.
Well, that's what they call it. It's a rain. Somebody who makes it rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gong ringer.
I've
Yeah.
never heard the
Okay,
Rainmaker.
it's a term. Like
Yeah.
person gets up there and dances, and then rain or money falls in front of the business, and you're like, I can't. He says he looked him in the face and he said, I don't care who they are, fire them, because the person that spoils the day for everybody else, right? The person that has a crummy, sullen attitude or whatever. He said basically it's the victory of soft skills, the people that you just want to be around, because every other hard skill we're going to be able to tell a computer to do, and it'll just happen.
Yeah.
So we would have to, by force of will, it's just like it ultimately boils down to At that point, once computers are doing everything, it's like, who do I want to be stuck in a building with? Oh, good.
So you just need the guy that hooks up the computer.
Yeah, he turns on the AI.
Yep. So you need an IT manager and a salesman.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you need somebody that knows how to write new bits of code into the
To
computer.
the person to feed the machine.
Yeah.
Which is the ability guy.
Yeah.
And the salesperson is the so
you need no initiative anymore.
no, the initiative guy is they say we need all of these servers wired.
Yep.
I want you to fix all the cabling in these servers.
No, the communicator comes up and says, I want to fire everyone except you. Make it possible.
And he goes, okay.
And he goes,
I will do good.
okay, I'll paint the whole city purple tomorrow morning.
Yep.
It'll happen.
Yeah. And he just, so again, there's a place for all of these, even in this dystopian future of everything, doesn't exist anymore. I just thought it was funny that he just looked the ability people in the face and he's like, your co-founder that brings people into his office and yells at them and calls them mean names, and then everybody walks out like crushed and despondent, like, but you can't because he's your co-founder. He's like, no, kick them out right now.
Yeah.
It was just,
You need to keep a good work environment.
it's just weird because everybody thinks like, well, I can't fire my top salesperson. Like everybody thinks I need
So
that guy.
there's John C. Maxwell. He does the 21 Laws of Leadership, right? And he goes in.
Jordan Peterson?
No, John C. Maxwell.
Okay, describe them to me. But only like the first 5 because I don't think I have time for 21.
No, I'm not going to describe to you the 21. That's a book he's written.
Okay.
It's good. You should listen to it. I endorse it.
All right. Do you have the audio?
Yes.
All right.
But
Skype it to me.
okay, I'll Skype it to you via Microsoft. But he goes and they bring him in. Big companies bring him in during a new purchase. They bought out a company that's failing and they like their product, so they're gonna make it better. He says the law of buying out a company that's failing, fire the leader, fire who's ever on top, because that's their fault.
Yep.
The
100%.
First thing you do is just fire him.
Well, that's kind of what in advertising class they would always be taught that like a corporate culture always starts at the top.
Yeah.
So if a company has a good culture, it's because the leader made that culture.
Yes.
Or if there's a bad culture, conversely. So he's saying when he liquidates companies or refurbishes them,
Yep.
he's like, who made this? Who's responsible?
Yep.
You were obviously responsible. This is on you.
Yep, you're done. Bye. If it's dying, it's
It
their
doesn't
fault.
matter. Yeah. Well, what if it's just a bad product?
Well, then he's not going to buy
They
it.
wouldn't purchase a bad product.
Okay, so he finds the products that the diamond in the rough.
Well,
that's
yeah,
just,
it's a company that
like,
goes,
why is
"I
this
like
struggling?
It's for sale. Like,
Okay, and
we're
then
gonna
he purchases it, and he's like, "You're gone."
yeah, because they just bring him in as a consultant to figure out who to weed out the garbage
And okay, and obviously the garbage
is on top.
is the head.
Yep.
Because
Yeah, the head brings him in and he says,
The head is like a dandelion.
"Go.
Not a dandelion?
You are the
No.
problem, sir.
you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
No more seating anywhere else.
Nice.
Do you have a board I could talk to that's above you?"
Yeah. Do you have an executive board? Excuse me. Just wait outside, please. Thank you. 2 minutes later. Hi. It's not working out. That's what it is. It's just so really out of all of these, it's, whatever leads to the most positive culture, because all 3 of them will die on the vine if,
That's true, because you don't even need to communicate anymore. You could have Google book your hair appointment for you.
exactly. Hey, Google, book my hair. So
Make me an appointment to cut my hair at 5 o'clock on Wednesday. And then
done.
This stupid lady calls them and was like, "Hello, I am calling on behalf of Josiah Brainerd. He would like to get his hair cut.
Yeah.
Do you have anything around 5 p.m. on
But
Wednesday?"
it sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that. Like they pause and everything to make it sound very human.
Have you gotten a call from them yet?
No.
They call people nowadays.
It's really good.
It's real good. And then I tried it. I'm like, hello, 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 hello. And then they just kind of like go back to what it was. I'm like, okay, bye.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
And
Once I find out it's a robot.
like with I thought Jordan's eye got stuck like that. Like he pulled his eyeball down, and I was like, I just saw the inside of his lower eyelid for like a minute.
I feel disgusted.
I honestly thought it was stuck down there. I just think as these things evolve and we can have computers do basically anything we want, you know, like any task we don't want to do.
Yeah.
When they're originally, like, remember the DARPA challenge before self-driving cars?
What's a DARPA challenge?
A DARPA challenge is when DARPA, which is
DARPA?
a defense organization. It's
DARPA.
basically like the Pentagon having like a contest to all these tech companies of who could get a car to drive itself.
Nice.
And this was like in 2003 or something. And all the cars, like they just had a simple obstacle course. And the cars had all this tech all over them. They're dripping with what was then advanced technology. And they would get lost and stuck and couldn't find their way. And now we're doing the same challenge with like a humanoid robot that has to be able to. There's a DARPA challenge where the robot has to get itself into a car, drive itself to a work site, drill a hole in the wall, like pick up a drill, drill a hole, and then walk back to the car. Like it's just so now
cool.
we're doing with robotics what we did with self-driving cars, and now self-driving cars are like. But in 2003. Everybody was like, I don't know how we're going to be able to do this stupid thing.
Yeah, now the private industries just went, yeah, we did it.
So what we're great is giving robots everything that's dangerous, boring, and there was one other one that they were talking about in the military. But if something is monotonous, where we don't, it's repetitive and somebody's going to just quit because they hate doing repetitive work over and over again, it's great for letting a robot do that. Or there was a robot that calculated like tau to 16 trillion digits or something, and then they're the world record holder now.
What's tau?
Tau is like pi, but better.
Oh.
Yeah. Like whenever we had Pi Day on March 14th, all the tech sites are like, excuse me, but tau is the superior form of pi. Yeah. So
What's Tau Day?
It's Pi Day, but they're like, actually it's tau. So
is it the same number?
But better.
It's just like a more refined.
It's a refined pi.
Is it still 3.14?
It's a more elegant. I'm not sure. We could look up tau and find the actual digit extension.
Just like
TAU.
Weird.
The tau, just like the Warhammer 40K race, the tau. TAU.
Justin.
Tabletop
Is
games.
tau better than pi? Here we go.
Yes, it is. It's just more exact because it's better. And it's better because
Well, I thought it was
exact.
more exact the deeper you go in pi.
Yes, but I think they got to the moon with like 16 digits of pi. So, I mean, there's only so much pie you can eat before you don't.
Yeah, you don't need.
It's just throw up all over.
Yeah, you don't need a crazy amount. But people are like, no, I am better than this. Let's make a new pie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and given now that we're giving robots whatever, we could say what jobs we're actually going to be able to pick and choose who we want to, like which jobs we want to keep, right?
Yeah, and all you need is the foreman there to set up the robot.
In India, they keep fields uncrop. They don't do the crop anything.
They don't pick them
with robots. They don't have a big giant combine walk through and pluck all the corn and rice and everything.
Why?
They have fields that are specifically set aside for people to do so they can have a job. In India.
That's because they have 1 billion people.
They have 1 billion people. So what do? You basically have to decide, we could do this job with a robot, but we want a person to do this. Yeah. So that's what it's going to be with basically everything. We'll have to tell robots not to do things just because we want to let a person have a chance. Hooray!
Well,
say goodnight to your robot overlords, everyone.
Good night.
Beep, boop, beep, bop.
Work on
boop.
that, Elon.
Is Elon a genius, or is he just a good,
Robert Downey Jr. wins Endgame. Called it here right now. Goodbye, Chris Evans. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
You don't like Captain America now, or what?
I'm just saying, he gonna die.
I feel like this episode's going to come out after that.
Yeah, I feel...
100% this episode.
Thank goodness Iron Man saved us from Thanos.
And all of the other people are not dead anymore.
I can't believe
No, they're still dead.
Bruce Banner and the Hulk merged. Captain Marvel did nothing.
No, she's the hero of that movie. It's the strong female character.
I'm so excited I just saw Endgame.
And Captain Marvel did everything.
a week ago. But you will be missed.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.